Welcome to Eye on America. I'm Michelle Miller. Today we look at emerging artificial intelligence and robotics technology and its possible impacts in the future. In California, we go inside Meta's AI labs to learn why they're sharing their breakthroughs with everyone. And in Massachusetts, we visit iconic engineering lab Boston Dynamics, where scientists are developing new uses for their robots. But we begin with a problem many travelers face at the airport: lost items. Omar Villafranca learns how AI is being used to help reunite people with their belongings at one of the busiest airports in the country.
Mika Sabu and a team of specialists patrol the busy terminals at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Their job?
So do you have any items for the lost and found?
To pick up precious cargo left behind by passengers and bring it back to the lost and found.
Once we find that item for them, they will be so happy.
In a typical year at DFW Airport, more than 18,000 items are reported lost. But with the help of artificial intelligence, around 90% of the lost items found are returned to their owners.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Here's how it works. A person has to include details about the missing object. The AI software then tries to match the item details with pictures and descriptions of things that were found. Once it's a confirmed match, it's shipped back to the owner.
Jewelry, watches.
Wow. Shima Fadul runs daily operations at the Lost and Found and says by looking for distinguishing marks like stickers or serial numbers, AI can help find anything.
So the serial number is right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and type it down. And this airport was found in Terminal E33.
So far this year, her team found nearly 600 rings, more than 400 watches, including 7 Rolexes, all left behind by their owners.
I do think that's it.
Like this couple who came back for their daughter's iPad.
Here is the charger.
Perfect.
Fadul says one of the most valuable things that her team found was a wedding dress that was returned just 24 hours before the bride's big day. A real problem solved with artificial intelligence.
From baggage claim to the supply chain, new DNA technology allows farmers and manufacturers to trace cotton from where it's grown through its final commercial product, helping consumers know the quality and where it's from originally. Ben Tracy takes us to the field to learn how a single cotton fiber can be traced around the world.
In California's Central Valley, it's harvest time for a prized crop.
What kind of cotton is this?
This is Pima cotton.
So this is the good stuff.
This is as good as it gets.
Derek Acevedo is Chief Operating Officer at Bowles Farming Company. Once the cotton leaves the field, it's baled and trucked out to be ginned. It likely then heads overseas to countries like India or China to be made into shirts, towels, and bed sheets.
In between the farm and the consumer, there's this messy middle.
And sometimes that middle can be more than messy, it can be troubling.
Oh yes, there's still a lot of bad players. Many of the garments in stores are a blend, and some labeled 100% Pima contain no Pima at all.
There's also concerns about cotton from China's Xinjiang region made with forced labor getting into the supply chain. It's now banned for import to the U.S.
There's terrible conditions in a lot of the factories. I think there's a lot more focus now on identifying what's going on in your supply chain.
So this low-tech industry has found a high-tech solution. Here in California, the cotton is now sprayed with a fine mist.
It's almost like a barcode on cotton.
Exactly.
It can trace tiny strands of cotton from the field to the finished product. Some are tested at this lab in New York.
The DNA technology is there to help keep the products honest. Products made in America should be American when they leave the U.S., and they should be American when they come back into the U.S.
I certainly think it is a game changer. I don't think you can really say the word sustainability and mean it unless you have traceability, because it can get to the source of where the product's coming from.
It helps consumers know what they're buying and where it was made. And for Derek Acevedo, DNA has helped clean up that messy middle.
I think one of the most overlooked things in agriculture, and especially in cotton, is the technology that goes into it.
Coming up, why one of the biggest tech companies is giving away its research. That story is next. Welcome back. Meta, Facebook's and Instagram's parent company, is taking a different approach to artificial intelligence than some competitors. The tech giant is on a mission to share their research in an effort to build a better and fairer AI. Brooke Silva Braga speaks with top developers working to ensure the tech doesn't replace humans, but empower them.
You know how to put on the headset?
I don't know, you're about to tell me.
This was the first thing Meta wanted us to see and hear.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Paco Guzmán.
Experimental AI that could make learning a foreign language obsolete.
Our team is very excited to share with you our achievements this year.
It's like watching with subtitles.
My name is Anna.
In real time, English became Italian.
Mi chiamo Anna. Sono entusiasta.
Chinese turned back into English.
Pinche translate the voices of 100 languages into 36 different ones.
Do you have to tell the system which language is being spoken?
No, justement. No, that's the advantage of multilingual and linguistic system. We don't need to tell the system what the language is.
But what Meta really wants you to notice in all these examples,
all right, we both in here?
isn't just what they've done, but how they've done it.
What would you like the background to be?
How about sunflowers?
Yes.
Unlike other big tech labs, Meta publishes and shares their research, open source.
Some people believe that for commercial interest, you need to keep it closed.
Most seem to think that.
Yes, yes.
Joelle Pineau runs Meta's Fundamental AI Research Group, or FAIR, which among other things developed PyTorch, a piece of coding infrastructure that much of modern AI is built on.
So PyTorch is essentially like a set of computer libraries that gives you a way to build pieces of code much faster.
Does Facebook even own it anymore? Meta, excuse me?
No, we have passed it on to an external foundation.
To be clear, this isn't charity. Meta hopes the open approach will help it keep pace with Google and Microsoft by leveraging the help of thousands of independent developers. But open science is also a deeply held conviction for the leaders of FAIR.
So I wouldn't be working in any company that wasn't practicing open research. I have no interest in that.
Jan LeCun, Meta's chief AI scientist, was hired by Mark Zuckerberg to start FAIR in 2013, but held on to his teaching job at NYU and his focus on fundamental research. LeCun is the AI pioneer who helped prove computers could learn on their own how to recognize numbers, using neural nets long before others believed in them.
Essentially, very, very, very few people were working on neural nets then. A few scientists in San Diego, for example, were working on this. And then Jeffrey Hinton, who I ended up working with, who was interested in this, but he was really kind of a bit alone.
But Jeffrey Hinton and that little band of upstarts were eventually proven right. In 2018, Hinton, LeCun, and Yoshua Bengio, the so-called godfathers of AI, shared the Turing Award for their groundbreaking research. By then, Hinton had gone to work at Google. LeCun was scooped up by Facebook. His work helped the site recommend friends, optimize ads, and, yes, automatically censor posts that violate the rules.
If you try to rip out deep learning out of Meta today, the entire company crumbles. It's literally built around it.
But that dynamic is changing fast. Now, AI isn't just supporting existing tech, but threatening to overturn it. A possible future where the open internet with millions of independent websites is replaced by just a handful of powerful AI systems.
Now, if you imagine this kind of future, where all of our information diet is mediated by those AI systems, you do not want those things to be controlled by a small number of companies on the west coast of the US. Those systems will constitute the repository of all human knowledge and culture. You can't have that centralized. It needs to be open.
Well, there's debate on that. While many agree with LeCun that AI will be so transformational it must be publicly shared, others fear it could be so dangerous it should be built by just a few, and perhaps at a much slower pace. Like a Greek epic, the godfathers of AI are split on the question.
The current methodologies are not demonstrably safe.
Bengio is calling for AI regulation. Hinton has been warning AI could take over from people.
What do you think the chances are of AI just wiping out humanity?
It's not inconceivable.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
I disagree with this completely.
LeCun says existential risk is science fiction.
It's below the chances of an asteroid hitting the Earth and, global nuclear war.
The disagreement, LeCun says, comes down to faith in people. LeCun trusts the world's institutions to keep AI safe, while Hinton worries repressive governments could use robot soldiers to perpetrate atrocities. LeCun actually sees an upside in autonomous weapons.
Can that technology protect democracy, like in Ukraine? Ukraine makes massive use of drones, and they're starting to put AI into it. Is it good or is it bad? I think it's necessary, regardless of whether you think it's good or bad.
Autonomous weapons are necessary.
Well, for the protection of democracy in that case.
But obviously the concern is, what if it's Hitler who has them rather than Roosevelt?
Well, then it's the history of the world. Who has better technology? Is it the good guys or the bad guys?
Armed with that mix of optimism and inevitability, LeCun opposes regulation on basic AI research. His main note of caution is against hype. He says superintelligence is still very far off.
Like, where is the domestic robot that can do what a 10-year-old can do? Clear up the dinner table and fill up the dishwasher. And so we have a lot of work to do.
You're welcome.
Some of that work is being done here.
So you've built like a home here.
We have built a fully sized mock compartment.
Dhruv Batra oversees Meta's robotics lab.
Hey Spot, can you move the penguin from the console to the dining table?
Their goal is creating a helpful, autonomous, domestic robot.
That penguin in the arm camera is detected constantly, and yes, there are going to be some
It thought Greg was a penguin for a minute.
There are some misdetections as well.
This was a somewhat unusual demo. Batra equally willing to show off his team's progress and concede how very far they still have to go.
Uh-oh, on its head.
Yeah, it understands shape, but it doesn't know what the right side up is.
There have to be 1,000 things like that you have to slowly teach it.
There's a whole amount of knowledge that you just consider commonsensical that we don't have yet in robots or in AI in general.
But step by step, they're being taught a human choice to create superhuman intelligence. But if it's openly shared,
nice catch.
This awesome new force won't replace us, LeCun promises, but empower us.
You have to do it right, obviously. I mean, there are, side effects of technology that you have to mitigate as much as you can, but the benefits are, far overwhelm the dangers.
Ahead, an exclusive look at one of the most advanced robotics labs in the country. This is Eye on America. We close our show with cutting-edge robotics. The MIT offshoot Boston Dynamics has been a leader in engineering and robotics designs for over 3 decades. I recently went to their headquarters for a hands-on demo to see how their robots can walk, jump, flip, and even dance. When it comes to cutting-edge robotics, the names don't get much bigger than Boston Dynamics. We recently had the chance to visit the company's headquarters just outside of Boston in Waltham, Massachusetts. There, CEO Robert Plater gave us a personal demo of 2 of his company's most exciting robotic creations. First up, quadruped robot Spot. Spot's currently available for a variety of commercial and industrial uses. So what are you going to show us here?
So we're going to start with basic mobility.
Okay.
Rob and I will talk through that. And then as I'm doing this, I'll also be teaching you how to drive.
You're going to teach me how to drive
Yeah.
Spot?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really easy.
Okay.
We'll start off with the stereo array cameras. There's 2 in the front, 1 on each side, 1 in the back. This allows the robot to see the world around it. So
the robot has basically eyes all the way around.
we could demonstrate obstacle avoidance.
Okay.
We could.
I'm the ultimate obstacle here. Hi, Spot.
All right, so it's... Ah!
So it saw that you were there.
Yeah.
And it went
Hi,
around
Spot. Hi, Spot. How are you? Are you coming? You coming to me? Then I got the chance to drive Spot myself.
So these joystick controls are like video games and drone controls. So if you push this forward with your left thumb, that's forward. And then pull it towards you, that's backward. And then push one side, so that's sidestepping.
Look at him!
Yep, or strafing. And then your other one is turning. So if you turn to the right, and then turn to the left, and you've got it.
And so you're just giving it a very high-level command about where to go. It's dealing with all of the foot placement and the balance.
Okay, you ready?
One of the first tests we built to really make sure the legged balance works is can it walk over a rocky obstacle where the rocks pivot and turn out of the way. And it's a really hard balance problem. And so we ended up building these boxes of rocks.
Wow, look at him go! Can he go backward?
Yeah.
Oh, I am so impressed.
So have him come up these stairs. So he can also see the stairs. And if you just basically point it up, you don't even have to perfectly center it on the stairs. It'll just go do the rest on its own.
Okay.
Just keep pointing forward. There you go.
Look at him go.
And now just have it come right back down.
So you'll want to go down backwards, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't like to come down forwards. So you probably got to line him up a little bit better.
Okay.
Kind of point his back end down the stairs. And that way he can see the stairs.
So if you use your right joystick, there you go.
There you go.
Now it's okay to come
So
down?
now he's kind of looking down the stairs. Yeah,
Okay.
now come down.
Look at that.
That's why eyes on your butt are useful.
It can even open doors on its own.
So
this is robot-human interaction here.
Yeah, so
at its best.
you're proud of Spot.
I'm very
right?
proud of Spot.
So you're associating with it already.
I am. Then we got to meet their humanoid robot, Atlas. Atlas is a research platform designed to push the limits of whole body mobility, but it's not yet available for purchase.
So now that I've pressurized the robot, you can watch as I tell the robot to get up.
Oh, okay.
The child's pose there.
Oh my, he looks human. Okay.
It was so great being able to build a robot that could get itself up off the ground.
Look at that! He's doing squats. Okay, Atlas.
So Atlas has about 29 actuated degrees of freedom. It's definitely the most complicated robot we've built so far.
Look at him.
And all those joints are powered by hydraulic fluid that gets pumped throughout the whole body. But it also makes for a very lightweight, strong actuator.
Wow. Look at
checks
that.
out itself
And
before
that's
the
you.
routine. Yeah.
You're doing all of this.
So I'm triggering trajectories. So we've got various behaviors on the robot that I can trigger. Like, for example, we've got jumping trajectories.
Wow.
We've got a jump in place. And then this is like an exuberant jump.
Oh,
Just
wow.
The joy of being a robot.
I can do that.
Hopefully
we'll see if you can keep up with Atlas throughout this thing, right?
Oh, look at him go. Is that jogging? Was that
A little bit of running, a little bit of jogging. We're going to do a little parkour course right now. So it's actually looking at this terrain and kind of figuring out where to place its feet.
Oh, wow. So it can see.
Yeah, it can see.
It literally can see.
You can actually see what it can see on that screen over there.
Oh, wow.
You see that display?
Can it do a backflip?
Wow, how am I supposed to surprise you when you ask for everything in advance? You know?
I love that I can figure you out here.
Let's warm up to that with some a little floor routine.
Yeah.
The bigger question is, can you still do a backflip?
No. Robots are supposed to do the things that are unsafe for humans. And so now I let my robot do my gymnastics.
Okay, all right, here we go. Wow, a somersault?
Can you believe it can roll that smoothly? It doesn't have a spine. And yet, look how smoothly it does that.
He has a great back. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's how we're supposed to use our back.
It also has no neck, so you don't have to worry about breaking your neck.
That's true.
So.
Oh, was that like a...
Yeah, look at
Was that what he's doing? Hey, he's got a little swagger.
So now that we're all warmed up, we can
You warmed
show
up?
some more fun
Oh,
behaviors.
we're dancing now. Look at you.
And we like dancing because we're like kind of showing expression, you know, and this is what I meant earlier about using all those joints to kind of express something.
Who taught him to dance?
Well, we actually have choreographers.
Do you?
That put together dance routines, first in software, and then we download that to the robot.
Wow.
All right. And sometimes we actually measure humans doing the dance first as sort of a starting point.
Okay, let's see it.
Yeah.
Try it. I can't even do that. What else can you do?
So now that we've warmed up the robot,
He's warmed up.
we're feeling good. We're feeling ourselves in this demo.
The pumps are really active. Their service juices are flowing.
And now we can do kind of the crescendo.
Here we go. Woo! All right.
That is the
Duck it. Yeah.
Yes. So this is the proudest Atlas. The backflip has become a very reliable behavior. So this is thank you, Atlas.
Aww. Take your bow.
That's
Take
right.
your bow.
We'll take
take
two
your
bows. Standing
bow.
ovation.
Take your bow. All right, Atlas. For more stories like these and live coverage of breaking news 24/7, stream us right here on CBS News. I'm Michelle Miller. Thank you for watching Eye on America.